Pierre's going to be able to hold this position for a while now with those Reavers on the ramp, but he's going to want to go around and do some economic damage. Mutalisk coming out now for, Calm. Nice switch up by Calm. This Calm is playing beautifully right now. We're going to see what this catches him completely off guard. There's not really much to defend against early units, except there are a few cannons out there being put down by Pierre, and he also has a few Corsairs, which are unfortunately right now moving out alongside that shuttle. Mutalisk is going to be able to move out inside the secondary. A lot more cannons to defense of the main, but I'm not sure if they're in a very good position to really do anything. Mutalisk are going to be able to. Mutalisk are going to just move around inside that main and shooting a lot of stuff. Scourge. Let's see. I thought there were some Scourge. There are some Scourge in position up, but Reaver at the very least is going to be able to do some damage. But I think that shuttle might go down to Scourge. The Reaver's going to at the very least start off by picking off some drones. Oh, nice. Usually what would be a dud. Could be, I think, a Scourge. I saw some Scourge coming flying down south. I think there might be a Scourge up. Oh, those Mutalisks alongside the Scourge. This is going to be horrible for Pure. Scourge coming flying. Oh, nice shuttle micro there for him, though. He's going to be able to probably keep those alive, especially if he moves his Corsairs up right now. He has to be very careful with that shuttle. Thankfully, speed upgrade. Corsairs still just standing there. They're going to be able to shoot down. Oh, nice micro overall. By Pierre is going to be able to at the very least push those Scourge back, but he really wants to keep the shuttle alive. Meanwhile, he did even more economic damage was done to his secondary. Meanwhile, so he has to be really, really careful with what he does at this point. He was mining from 2 bases for a little bit after it was prevented. Meanwhile, has managed to push all of his probes back into this new base. Meanwhile, he's just going to go around and try to do some more economic damage. A couple of Scourge just waiting for that shuttle. Oh, dear God, this is going to be horrible. Reaver's going to be able to plop down and do something, but it's just going to be a matter of seconds before that shuttle goes down. So the Reaver's going to have to sacrifice that shuttle. Corsair's going to come off the line, but Burrow has been... Oh, God, Burrow is ready now. He's going to be able to save this. He's got Corsairs coming in flying around, just hoping that his shuttle desperately manages to survive. Corsairs are coming in. Absorb, yes! Corsairs. Oh, man, that shuttle is just flying for his life. The Corsairs come in and barely managed to save it. And actually very lucky as it did so. Pure managing to spot Calm's new base at the lower right hand, so he's actually going to be able to clear that out, I think, fairly convincingly, unless this happens. Yeah, Hydras are going to come on down there. And Reaver just doesn't have the rate of fire despite the damage output to pick off the hatchery. I think in enough time for those Hydras not to do enough damage to it. Yeah, there you go. Shuttle being forced to run away yet again. But still, just Pure has gotten so much economic damage on him. He's gonna try to expand at that natural of his. He has only a couple of Zealots and a Reaver to defend. There are gonna be some Hydras coming, but I think with that Reaver is gonna be able to defend for now. He's gonna need something else there though. A second Reaver definitely, and more Zealots. Still don't know if he's been really had the capability of teching up. Has a lot of Corsairs out there, going to go around, do some OV hunting. Just has to avoid the large clumps of Hydras. They're just going to be able to do a lot of damage. And Pure, unfortunately, despite that early, I think he managed to pick off not even quite double digits of drones, has not done the damage that's need to be done. Hydras yet again going to move inside of his natural expansion. At the very least, he's going to have those Reavers. He's going to be able to micro those with a shuttle. A couple of Zealots at the front. He's going to need more Zealots at the front. Despite his very nice micro, he's going to lose the shuttle. Thankfully, both of the Reavers still stay alive, so he's going to be able to clear this now, plopping down cannons on that natural expansion, but he needs more Zealots. I think he still only has one gateway. I haven't seen Pure put down more gateways. Been focusing on those Corsairs, but he only needs to get some more Zealots down to help defend, to blockade for those Reavers. Reavers are very effective, but he really needs some support for more units. Corsairs still flying around, picking off some Overlords. Second Stargate out there, and a second robotics facility come down, so he's going to continue Reaver production. Still only one single gateway from what I see, and still only on 2 bases. But because he's been harassed so much, he's been forced to spend, for one thing earlier on, he was forced to spend a lot on more probes, and he was forced to clear out his secondary for his main when those Mutalisks came in. Is going to be able to put down Natural Expo, I feel, fairly safely. Does have a Temple Archives in the way along that side that Citadel is finally going to be able to take up and get some more units going, get a third assimilator going, and third assimilator going, getting those High Templars up. But Reaver's actually not upgraded from what I saw. I've only had 5 Scarabs on him and only doing 100 damage, so he hasn't even upgraded the damage capability. Not really that necessary when you're only facing a Hydra army. They're still going to be able to pick off the Hydras, so not really necessary. And generally, with the players going, I mean, some players sometimes I think pretty sure upgrade capacity sometime later on. But with pro gamers like this, 5 Scarabs is all you need. They have the micro to fire a Scarab, build a Scarab the second that happens, so it's not really a problem for them there. they're also always going to be able to keep that scarab count going up. More cannons are going to, opponent cannons are going to be put up at that front, but that's just safe thinking here. One more photon cannon inside that secondary at the lower left hand, but not really that many mutas out there anymore. Some, but most of the mutas were picked off by the Corsairs at this point, so the biggest threat to Pure right now are those Hydralisks. Calm, meanwhile, has picked up a 4th base at the lower right hand position, so it's going to be 4-on-3, but still more damage done overall to Pure, and he does not have a ground army to support. Only has those cannons and those Reavers, and the Reavers are in the shuttles, I think, right now. Going to try to go around to harass that inside 12, but that's where all the forces are conjugating together there. That's where all the forces are together, so you really want to be able to avoid that. He's going to try to harass the whole right hand. I think that's the best location to him to try to harass. Calm's going to be expanding yet again down there, but okay, the Shadow's just going to completely ignore that. Corsairs are going to come in direct distraction. 4 Reavers, they're going to be able to rip apart everything here. Hydra just, go away, Hydras. The splash actually killing some of the drones. Our Hydra's coming in from the back. Oh, dear Lord. Save what you can. Save what you can. Microing those Reavers beautifully, though. One more Scarab on that hatchery. And, oh, dear Lord. Calm miraculously with Hydra's coming at the back at just the right time. Engine to save his hatchery. One more Reaver shot on that would have won him that. So unfortunate for them here. Meanwhile, as those Hydra groupings were running into support, he's going to move in with those Corsairs and slaughter a bunch of Overlords. Lost a few Corsairs in that, but got at least 5 or 6 Overlords. So definitely going to take that. Going to make sure that the army on the ground is going to stay the army on the ground for now. It's not going to be any more Hydras that he has to deal with, but really has to start working on his ground army. Has to start working on his speed zealots and give some support. Oh no! Going to run his Seraph fleet right over some Hydralisks, getting some unnecessary damage done to him. Overlords, meanwhile, going to come right inside the mineral only. I think that might be a drop coming in. Only 3 Overlords, but still a decent number of Hydras. There are going to be a couple of Reavers to help defend this alongside that cannon. Shuttle going to go down, so Reavers going to be the only thing to defend. They, with very little health left, go down instantly. Cannon goes down, and probes are going to be forced to fight. They're going to be just trying to move into... try to survive as long as possible, but of course, past those eggs, the only thing that can really move are shuttles. So Pure, not enough cannons. Going to be forced to move more Reavers down with the shove. Only 1 Reaver at this point. Going to see what actually manages to migrate back to save enough. Does get decent amount of Hydras with his first shot, and yeah, he's going to be able to clear this up with nothing but his Reaver, but still more damage done to him. He's actually going to try to expand the upper left-hand position past those eggs. Decent position of action to go for because those eggs are going to be harder to penetrate because of those Hydras unless they move in from the south. And not as good position for him, but really, Calm playing a very good game overall. Managed to save that lower right hand, which was actually absolutely critical. Managed to pick up the natural expansion in that position yet again. And finally, Pure going to be a lot more careful about this. Going to put down 2 cannons inside the lower left hand past the X secondary of his. Corsairs yet again going to move it, try to pick off as many overs as they can. Actually not managing 1 this time. But the Hydra's at the right place at the right time for Calm this time. Calm with a huge Hydra army, just waiting for a shot to go for a break at the Natural Expo. But kind of understand why he doesn't go for that quite yet, because there are a lot of Reavers, a lot of cannons to defend that position. So instead, Calm's going to try to go and try to do economic damage instead of trying to break the front, trying to win the game with aggressive move and lose a lot of army as he does so, whether he's going to manage to or not. He's just going to focus and try to do some more economic harassment to Pure. He's still managing to do that the entire time. Pure has done some counter harassment, but unfortunately was not managing to pick up the lower hand base. Meanwhile, some Overlords actually going to go across and spot the position in the upper left hand. There is something to defend. There were some cannons there as well. So Calm just going to yet again prepare a drop. Meanwhile, we're going to see a Reavers coming down the lower left hand position. He finally should be able. There are some Hydras there, but I think this time, actually a High Templar drop this time around. Nothing but High Templars, which sacrificed their lives for Ire here. Shuttle as well. I feel there was Zealots there as well, but I think a Reaver would have been a much better choice. 1 Reaver Scarab and just basically a run and gun tactic there would have actually won him this. Just 1 Reaver in there, 2 Scarabs, and that would have been it. Goodbye hatchery. He has a lot of High Templar out there right now. Not really much else but High Templar. Few Dragoons, a couple of Zealots and those Reaver, but focusing very heavily on the High Templar, knowing that Storms will be a huge boon for him here. So he's hoping to win this with splash damage more than anything. And if he manages to micro, this is a very micro-intensive army he has right now. No real A moves to do. Nice lot of Storms, but his High Templar unfortunately getting sniped. A lot of them getting sniped. Only 2 managing to morph into an Archon together. Still focusing on some Corsairs. Going to try to go around and still do some Overlord damage. And of course, acting as a constant scout. Calm at this point, 5 bases. to Pure's 4. He's probably managed to establish the upper left. But look at that huge line of Hydras. I think Calm's going to be able to go for this now. Not really much at all. He's just been allowed to build up, focus on nothing but Hydras. And these are just going to keep coming. No amount of Reavers or anything to be able to help defend against this. Nothing really at the front anymore. Hydras, nothing but Dragoons and cannons to defend at this point. These Hydras are going to be able to run in and rip everything to pieces right now. Calm with just a massive army and GG for Pure. As soon as he realizes what's happening and the amount of forces that he's facing. Not enough economic damage done by him, and I feel that entire game really was one huge effort for Pure to try to delay, but did not really get what he needed. You needed a lot of Zealots there at the front, I feel. More support. Calm really forced him to waste a lot of his storms on very small groups of Hydras early on, and as soon as those storms were done, Calm just moved in for the kill. Very, very smart play from him. So that's GG, guys. Ranching out there, listening. Hope you enjoyed. So Calm, finally, retribution for last season, going to move out to the round of 16 this time around.